Good morning and welcome. Hello there, my name's Ian. I'm talking to you this morning on Friday morning. It's still October. Last week I went to an information day at Newcastle. Let me just explain. My name's Ian and I do this podcast in relation to my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. I have mitochondria and so do several other people in the country. But I wrote an autobiography and I thought, right, I'll start a podcast which relates to everything in the book and other activities that I'm getting up to as we go along. So please check my book out, which is Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. And yeah, anyway, last week, last Saturday, I went to an information day at Newcastle. Anyone that has mitochondria in the country, I think, was going to it, because there was people from down south at the information day. There was many stalls there, and a few charities like the Lily Foundation, which I support, and a few other people and things, and yeah, and it was a really good day, but and not to put the frighteners up you, but if you hadn't got a certain type of mitochondria, which the talk was about, you were thinking, oh heck, I hope I don't get that bit, because obviously you may not know about what they were talking about, but it was all quite interesting and informative. And unfortunately, I missed an opportunity. I should have taken a poster at least, or had a stall, or even just talked about this podcast, or handed some cards out. But anyway, it was a really good day, and it was quite funny because earlier in the day, the physio was pushing me around, and I was telling her that I'd got my power assist wheelchair with me, which is really good. The power assist chair, it's a little bit like these e-bikes. The only way it is a little bit like it is because obviously the wheels are power assist, which means when you push in the chair, you don't have to put as much energy. You don't have to put as much force behind the power to push the wheel. It goes much easier. The only downside is it's a little bit heavier to lift when you put it in and out of the car, which unfortunately my sister who was driving had to lift it. But yeah, another quite interesting thing that I found out, because as listeners and readers may know, is that I'm visually impaired and in a wheelchair. And I asked in the afternoon. I was going to ask earlier in the day, and I thought, when do I ask this? And I asked how many other people have a vision impairment and are in a wheelchair, and they came back with the answer that there wasn't that many. So I knew I was fairly unique, but I didn't know I was that unique. But there we go. Yeah. So that was quite interesting to find out, and it was quite tiring after the day. I think I'm still struggling a little bit now, getting energy back. But as I was saying before about the power assist wheels, I had to apply to a few charities and get backing from an occupational therapist when doing this, and sometimes, as I say, because I can't see properly, I can't use them to their full extent because I have to keep at a speed that where I can see things approaching. I struggle with distance and detail, so as things are approaching is quite difficult. So if I don't see it in time, so I can't go too fast to be able to see what's coming up, if that makes any sense. But these wheels, they're really, really good. They cost £4,000 though. But unfortunately, we do have some hiccups at times with them. If the weather's, if it's a little bit damp, quite often they don't work properly. One of the engineers that I'm involved with at Remap are a charity. They're a team of volunteers, voluntary engineers. So if any of you are ever needing any assistance with anything, usually we make bespoke gadgets that aren't available on the shelf. So if you have any need coming up, please remind your occupational therapists or your physiotherapists about Remap, as we don't charge. If someone requests something, we can make it, and we don't charge. If they can afford it, we don't charge. So it is a really good service. Remap made my visual aid that I use sometimes when I go to the football. When I go to the football, I don't always take it because I don't always have the energy. But when I go to the football, when I go tomorrow, I may take it because it is earlier in the day. If it's later in the day or certainly at night, I know I would definitely struggle. So I don't always take it then, and I don't always have it on that long, as it does strain my eyes. What it is a camera on one of my old ski helmets, and when I've got the helmet on, I've got VR, virtual reality thing over my eyes, and then I wherever I look, I can see what's happening on the pitch. But anyway, please, if you haven't seen my book or read my book yet, please check it out. It's on Amazon. It's Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds by my good self Ian Wood. And no doubt I will be with you in a couple more weeks, telling you what else I've been up to, or talking about one or two of the adventures in the book. So anyway, thank you for listening, and goodbye.